Hi, I'm Delaney Person, and I hope all is well with you in spirit and in soul and in body. I want to share with you three truths to discovering desires that's hidden in your heart. Now, the discovery part, meaning that your life is hidden in Christ. Colossians 3 says, "For you are dead. Your life is hid in Christ with God." Meaning God empowered you, He blessed you when He said, "Be fruitful, multiply, and replenish the earth," to discover your life in Christ. And in that space, when you empower yourself through God's blessings, through His truth, you begin to discover desires that's hidden in your heart. This is so vital. This answers the question to what is my purpose? If you get into that space of discovering who you are in God, in His image and in His likeness, you will discover what your purpose is and the desires that's hidden in your heart. So, how do you really get into that space? It's being spiritually minded, as I mentioned. Now, a spiritual mindset produces life. You discover life and you discover peace. You experience that mindset is being led by God. So it's allowing God to lead you on the path that you should go. Now, there are three truths to doing that, but it's all under love. God is love. God is a spirit. You are a spirit. And when you are God, allow God to lead you through the lens and through the energy of love, you begin to discover desires that's hidden in your heart. So, number one is loving God. Showing love to God is having an understanding of who God is, but trusting God with understanding. I'll give you an example. God may ask you to open a school and you never worked in the educational field. You don't know anything about opening a school, but He wants you to do it. Now, when He asks you to do that, He's speaking to the truth of who He created you to be, the core of who you are. So it's not based on the senses of what you see around you, it's based on His truth of who He created you to be. So, one of the things that He will do and look for is to see if you will understand, meaning that you allow Him to give you the imagination to see yourself opening a school, to see yourself having the resources, to see how it could be done, allowing the creativity for it to flow through you, and you not dependent on what you see to do it, but you are trusting God to give you the imagination, the vision to do it. That's showing love towards God. That's really giving attention to what it is that He will have you to do. Number two is loving yourself. Now, when you think of loving yourself, this goes to the core of who you are. That means you begin to show value towards what God placed in you if no one else does it. Now, you may get in a position where people don't see your strengths or the talent that you have on the inside of you, or you may set the talent aside and focus on other things, knowing that hidden talent is there. But when you show love towards that talent and you get into the space of allowing yourself, your strengths to come forth on a daily basis, you begin to discover desires that's hidden in your heart. So you have to ask yourself, do I really value or have I shown love towards me and welcoming the vision or the talent that God has given me? Have I invested in it fully for it to come forth and into its highest potential? And then the third one is loving people. The greatest thing that you can do when you want to discover the truth of the desires that's hidden on the inside of you is loving on people, particularly the people that you are called to serve. That means getting a full understanding of whatever service that you are providing, that you know the people, you value them, and you give them your all. Meaning that if you have knowledge that will help them, you pour out that knowledge into them without fear of them taking something from you, but they're valuing it and you're making them better. That's the focus of loving people. Loving them, giving of yourself, expecting nothing in return other than expecting for them to go further than where they are when they connect to you. So, when you love God, love yourself, and you love people, you discover those desires that's hidden in your heart. Why? It puts you in the space to discover the life that God truly created for you to experience. So, with that being said, I want to challenge you to continue to own your truth and live your vision. Blessings.